You'll know that the living God is among you, and that He will. Now listen to this. Several hundred years before, and now God's bringing them back to this land, and He's giving them back what He'd already given. But these other people had come in there and begun to populate this land. So God says, I'm going to give it back to you, and I am going to drive them out. He didn't say you'll drive them out. He didn't say we'll drive them out. He says, I'm going to drive them out. Okay? So as they entered that land, they began to look around and see the parcels that they wanted, and all this kind of stuff. Because God said that He was going to drive out all these people, all the enemies of them. And look with me right now over into Joshua chapter 16 and verse 10. I want to show you something else here. 16:10. And it says, And they drave not out the Canaanites that dwelled in Gibeah, but the Canaanites dwell among the Ephraimites until this day, and served under tribute. Now, I want you to notice something. They didn't do what God said. God said, drive them out. God said, I'm going to drive them out. But He's going to use these Israelites to drive them out. All they had done was walk up there and say, hey, we want this land, we're going to take it. And if they said, no, you're not, then they set a battle and God would give them victorious. I don't care if there was 5 Jews out there and 500 enemies. God says, I'm going to do it, and they would have won it. Right. Because God said, I'm going to drive them out. So, as we look at this thing, and as we begin to realize that the battle is not the Israelites, the battle is God's. All the Israelites has to do is go in there and claim what God gives them. Okay? So, but God said now, every inhabitant had to go. You can't let none of these folks stay behind. You can't keep none of their people. You can't keep none of their children. You can't keep nothing. You drive them all out. He even wanted their animals and all drove out. Drive them all out. Now, these Israelites, as they march into this place, I'm just ad-libbing now. I can just see as they march into this place and they begin to look at this land and begin to see what a wonderful land it is, and begin to see how great the watering holes is for their cattle, and how green the grass is for their cattle. And they begin to look and they see all the fruit trees and all the nut trees and all this beautiful land that God has given them now. And they're walking through there, and they said, God said that He was going to drive these people out of here, so all we got to do is walk in and take this. So for the Israelites, this was really a cakewalk. God's going to do all the fighting. God's going to do all the driving. All they had to do was obey God and not let any of them stay. Now, I want you to turn your Bible to chapter 17 and verse 12. I want you to look at something else. In verse number 12, let's read down through there to a few verses here. And it says, Yet the children of Manasseh could not drive out the inhabitants of those cities, but the Canaanites would dwell in that land. Yet it came to pass, when the children of Israel were waxed strong, that they put the Canaanites to tribute, but did not utterly drive them out. They didn't drive them out. They kept some of them. They made slaves out of them. They put them to tribute. They put them to work for them. They made slaves. Oh, look, we keep a few of these folks here. They'll make good slaves. We'll just let them work for us and do our hard labor and all, and we'll keep them for slaves. Oh, that's a good idea. That ain't what God said. God said drive them out. And the children of Joseph spake unto Joshua, saying, that why hast thou given me but one lot, and one portion of heritage, seeing I am a great people, for as much as the Lord had blessed me hereunto? And Joshua answered, if thou be a great people, then get thee up to the wood country, and cut down for thyself where in the land of Perezah, of the giants, if among Ephraim be too narrow for thee. And the children of Joseph said, the hill is not enough for us. And all the Canaanites that dwelled in the land of the valley would have those. He said, they have chariots of iron. Both they who are the Sheans and her towns, and they who are of the valley of Jezreel. Oh, we can't drive them out. They got chariots of iron. Oh, they got these mighty weapons. We're afraid of them. God said, God says, I'm going to drive them out. I'm just going to use you. You just go up there and tell them to get. I don't care if they got chariots of iron. I don't care if they got machine guns. And all you got is a bunch of swords. God said, get. God told them to go up there and drive them out. And now listen. Joshua spake unto the house of Joseph, even unto Ephraim, and to the Manasseh, saying, thou art a great people, and hast great power. Thou shalt not have one lot only, but the mountains shall be thine, for it is a wood, and thou shalt cut it down, and the outgoing of it shall be thine. For thou shalt drive out the Canaanites, though they have iron chariots, and though they be strong. You're going up there. You want to drive them out. God said, go do it. If God said, go do it, go do it. See, Joshua had already learned in all these battles that he'd been in, if God said, do it, do it. It may look impossible, but do it. This is the same Joshua that marched around the walls of Jericho, and the walls of Jericho just fell in. They fell out. They didn't fall in, they didn't fall down, they fell out. You read your Bible. They fell out. It's just like if a wall come apart at the corners, and all four walls. The south wall fell south, the north wall fell north, the east wall fell east, and the west wall fell west. It just fell over. And you know, the scientists here several years back, scientists went in digging among the ruins of Jericho, and they were amazed because they've always thought that the walls come crumbling down, and but they were amazed those walls was laying there flat. That big wall laying there, and it was flat, still in one great big long piece, just flat, just like the Bible said. Ain't that something? I mean, you know, this Bible, when scientists set out to prove it wrong, all they do is prove it right. But we find that these people here, God told them to get these people out of there, and they was letting them stay. He was letting them stay. Now, and they were taking them, and they were making slaves out of them. Now, excuse me, look at verse 16 here again. It says, and the children of Joseph said, the hill is not enough for us. And all the Canaanites that dwell in the land of the valley have chariots of iron, both they who are of Bethshean and her towns, and they who are of the valley of Jezreel. Oh man, they got chariots of iron. And we're just, we got these swords and these shields. You know, how are we going to be able to go up against them? You know? You know that song they used to sing? The battle's not mine, said the little David. Lord, this time I'm in your favor. David went out up against a man that was 9 foot and 10 inches tall. Now think about that a minute. Goliath, he was 9 foot 10. Well, wouldn't the Charlotte Hornets like to have him? And all the camp was afraid of him. But little David stepped out there with a sling. Why? Because God said go. Joshua went into battle after battle after battle, knowing he was outnumbered, knowing they had better swords and better shields and better armor and better everything. But God said, go. So he went into battle, and God gave him victory over battle after battle after battle. One battle he didn't get victory over was the Battle of Ai, and the reason he didn't get that is because they went down, one of them had went in there and took of the accursed things. God told them not to take of it, and they went and got it and hid it in their tent. That's one of the reasons. But other than that, they won battle after battle after battle after battle after battle after battle. He done learned, you know, God said go do it, just go do it. And he said, well, they were standing back, they were afraid. Now, we're going to get into the message in just a minute. I'm just trying to get you a picture of what's going on here.